Detect these footprints on the planet Mars. Be formally welcome to this new documentary. If it is the first time, I introduce myself. I am the engineer Hiddekel Morrison, and I appreciate you decide to see this educational content. In this new installment, which we promise will be interesting and exciting, we will explain these high-resolution images of the surface of the planet Mars, where footprints captured from space by an important orbiter studying the geology and climate of the red planet were identified. From an engineer's perspective. Let's start. The Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, this important multi-purpose spacecraft that since 2005 monitors and studies the surface of the planet Mars, was the one that, with its powerful high-resolution cameras, managed to capture hundreds of kilometers away these images where they were detected footprints, in a set of photographs obtained on March 11, 2022 at an altitude of 288 kilometers. The camera, called the High Resolution Imaging Science Experiment, is mounted aboard the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter spacecraft, and through detailed observation has been able to examine potential landing zones for future Mars surface missions and transmissions. For these, the orbiter orbits about 316 kilometers above the surface of Mars. At this altitude, images of Mars can be taken with a resolution of 0.3 meters/pixel, about 1 foot, so objects less than a meter wide can be displayed. With this kind of power, the ship can permanently monitor the planet Mars. Let's find out, below, the explanation and all the details of this image, revealing what the traces that were detected correspond to. But first, I ask you to support us by liking this video, sharing this video with your contacts, and subscribing to this channel, turning on notifications, so with your support, we can continue to frequently generate interesting documentaries on aerospace technology and the universe. Thank you for contributing to the creation of educational content. The Zhurong rover reached Martian soil in May 2021, making China the second country, after the United States, to land on the red planet and operate a robot rover. Scientific reports establish that these footprints detected by the orbiter on Mars correspond to the Chinese explorer robot Zhurong rover that has been operating on Mars for almost a year. The image shows the equipment used by the Chinese mission during the landing of the Zhurong Explorer vehicle, such as the descent module and the back cover. Shown in the picture is the trajectory of Zhurong, which has drifted south of Mars approximately 1.5 kilometers. According to the scientists, the exact trajectory of the Chinese rover can be determined from the wheel tracks left on the surface, to which contrast was added to make them more visible. Richard Lays, who belongs to the high-rise operations team, commented that the images obtained by the device are so large that it takes some practice to detect the artifacts placed by humans on the Martian surface. Here we see some of the images obtained. Previously, China had published its own images captured by its Tianwen-1 spacecraft, which is the name of the Chinese orbiter, which is also permanently going around, orbiting, the planet Mars. This was the set of images published by the China National Space Administration showing the Zhurong robot, the parachute and the platform. The landing record is visible, as well as two obvious bright spots in the upper right corner of the image. The top right spot is made up of two bright spots. The largest bright spot is the Tianwen-1 landing pad, and the smallest bright spot is the Zhurong rover. To have a reference of the great resolution of the United States Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, we share these shots made by that orbiter of the Moon and the planet Earth from the Martian orbit. NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter used the high-rise camera to capture the Earth and Moon from Mars orbit. The images of the results are amazing. The resolution is enough to see our planet Earth from 142 million kilometers away. The images are so clear that we can outline South America in the lower right. There is a cloudy atmosphere of Earth that can be seen. Clouds are the dominant features. These clouds are so bright, compared to the Moon, that they are saturated in the orbiter's images. In fact, the red filter image was almost completely saturated, the blue-green image had significant saturation, and the brightest clouds were saturated in the infrared image. This color image required a fair amount of processing to make a compelling release. The image of the Moon is not saturated, but it is brighter relative to Earth for this composite. Lunar images are useful for camera calibration. These are some images taken by the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter. Used the high-rise camera to record the Martian surface. As usual, we appreciate you informing us. It is a real pleasure to be able to provide you with the main news, trends and developments, about the most important aspects of aerospace technology and the universe, from the perspective of an engineer. I am the engineer Hiddekel Morrison, and I invite you to meet again in a future installment.